So I chose to read The Sheep Look Up by John Brunner. Hook. There's no way back, no way at all. Even if we stopped everything this minute and sat down to wait, it's gone too far. Summary number 1, Introduction to the Dystopian World. The setting takes place in a near future United States, which is plagued by severe environmental pollution and damages that may not be fixed. Due to pollution, overpopulation, and corporate exploitation, the society is under pressure to make a change. Toxic air, poisoned water, food shortages, and spreading diseases are all issues they face day to day. Summary number 2, Main Characters. The main character is Austin Train, an environmental activist and intellectual amongst his surrounding community. He becomes a huge leader due to his oppositions and corporate greed, being an activist for what is going wrong in the country. Austin is often fighting against President Prexy, whom is the oblivious and corrupt president of the United States at the time. Prexy focuses on his corrupt ways of corporal greed and maintaining his own power rather than addressing the current environmental problems in the world. Summary number 3, Escalating environmental disasters. As President Prexy continues his corrupt ways of governing and continued neglect of environmental issues, pollution and damages to the environment continue to rise. More and more problems keep arising. Some of the arising issues are like toxic rain, uncontrollable wildfires, panic amongst the country, hazardous oxygen levels, irreversible damage, and tensions arise between government corporations and activists like Austin Train and the Trainites. Summary number 4, The Rise of Trainites. Trainites are followers of Austin Train who advocate for environmental action, and they oppose the destructive government in place. As conditions worsen and the nation begins to panic, more people join the Trainites, which leads to more conflict between the people and the government and corporate leaders. Dr. Mogshat, who is an environmental scientist who downplays the environmental disaster and works to benefit powerful corporations, he becomes a more important target for the Trainites as he knows the issues but continues to feed into government control instead of striving for a much-needed change. The government responds by opposing the Trainites movement and attempting to end them. Summary number 5, Society on the verge of collapse. With environmental disasters continuing to intensify, society and ways of life start to crumble. Air quality is getting worse and worse, and people are just now having to wear oxygen masks just to stay alive. Ordinary citizens are affected mostly now, and they're pushed to extreme measures and are in constant survival scenarios. The book is now at a climax, and environmental damage is at an all-time high. The whole country is losing hope as the damage is now at an irreversible level. At this point, people are just fighting to stay alive. The personal connection I had was, although this dystopian novel is harsh and shows life-threatening pollution, it is not hard for me to see a personal connection. Over the past years, issues on the climate and climate change have been increasing. For example, Mount Fuji in Africa just went through its largest period without snowfall in over 130 years. Snow fell on its peak after a month of its expectation. We also see terrible situations in the Arctic as ice is melting at a crazy rate and animals like polar bears are beginning to die off. Although we are far from what this dystopian novel portrays, if our environmental sustainability gradually gets worse, I could see us having a future like this. We need to strive for a change and take better care of this place we all call home. Academic response. John Brunner does a great job of giving us a better sense of connection with the book by switching narrators and giving us many different perspectives. He shifts between characters and locations, which can be difficult to understand at sometimes, but it highlights all issues in the dystopian world. Brunner uses very dark themes, which makes the book more emotionally intense, which leads to the reader to overthinking and creating the idea in their head that this could be our future if we don't strive for a change. Recommendations and final thoughts. Overall, I thought it was an easy read, and it actually grabbed my attention, unlike most of the books I read. I highly recommend reading, as the ending is very important and relates back to the title of the book. the title is The Sheep Look Up, and that's referring to like the normal people in the story, like normal people in society. They are the sheep, as if they can't do anything to fix the problems because the leaders are in control. This novel made me more environmentally aware myself, and I think that is important for our society to realize the many environmental problems we are currently in. And it shows that we must make a change, or the negative patterns we are already seeing in our environment are just going to gradually get worse. Thank you.